What's going on, guys? Welcome back. As promised, the reviews are going to keep on going for the Virginia Film Festival. I am back in my old house. These ones are not from the hotel room this time, so we are back in studio, if you can call it that. And tonight's film I'm going to be talking about is one I watched on Saturday night called Fallen Leaves. This is a Finland film. This is actually Finland's submission at the Academy Awards. And I'm trying to just look at the information here, but it is distributed by the streaming service Movie, which sponsor me because they're great and I use that streaming service. It is directed by Aki Kaurismäki, which I'm not really familiar with his work, but apparently he's a very popular Finland director or something like that. So there's that going for it. But pretty much this is a film where these two lonely souls in search of love meet by chance in a karaoke bar. And then pretty much what happens is the girl gives him her number, but he puts it in his pocket, and as he's trying to grab like a cigarette or something, it flies out of his pocket, and it's windy, and so the whole thing flies away. He doesn't even realize it, and so he's smoking a cigarette, doesn't realize it. So she's been waiting for a phone call from him for days, and he just never answers her. So she thinks he wasn't interested. So it's a back and forth kind of thing. He is sort of a drunk that is like completely says like he says, I drink because I'm lonely. And so he's like a completely drunken mess of a person. And then she is someone who's just very closed off, very just not really open. And so these two people meet by chance, and sort of like Finland's version of Before Sunrise. It's a very cute romance story, romantic comedy, which it was really funny. And honestly, this might be, it's up there with another one I saw. I don't know which one yet, but as far as audience reactions go, this one's up there for the best audience reaction I had at the festival, because some of the movies were like more quiet, but this one was uproarious. We had people laughing in their seats. They were just having a ball with this movie. So it was really fun to see that. And it is pretty much an ode to the 70s era, because this film looks like a 70s movie. The way it's like shot has the little cigarette mark burns that you see in those old like kind of tapes, you can call them, or something like that. Like it looks very, very old. And then the use of color here with like the reds popping off the blues, all that stuff. It's almost like if Wes Anderson did like a 70s movie. It's hard to describe, but it's really, really gorgeous there. Cinematography is excellent. But it even has that like 70s style music, 70s or 60s style music that makes it sound like it's a film from that era. So it's like a complete ode to that time period. So that was something that I thought was really, really fun. Of course, the two leads that we're following, they do have great chemistry together. When you are with them, you're rooting for them. That's very important. Their performances are great. The comedy here is hilarious. The one main character, the drunken guy I talked about, his name was, I can do this. His name was Holappa. Yeah, apparently he has a friend in this film that is like, he almost stole the movie from me. He was really funny. And so that's just, you know, the characters are very likable, very great. Even if they're flawed individuals, they are very, very likable. So it's just a charming kind of warm hug of a movie. Now, it's not perfect. There are, you know, your typical romance cliches and stuff like that. There are there is a scene, and I get it's like comedic effect or whatever. But I was just sitting there being like, yo, how are you not dead? All right. This is like, I guess a minor, I'm not going to tell you which character. So it's like a minor spoiler, but someone in the film ends up getting hit by a train. You don't see him get hit by a train. You just hear a scream like, ah, because the person apparently hit them with a train or whatever. And then they are in the hospital with just a few casts on the, like, that same night or the following night. And I'm like, no, that wouldn't have happened. You would have straight up been dead. If you got hit by a train, you're dead. So there was just that kind of thing that was like a nitpick in there, but I was like, that just feels kind of unrealistic. And I like some of the other references they made. Like there's a dog in this movie, and the dog's name is Chaplin, which, you know, a reference to Charlie Chaplin. So, and there's other kind of great. Oh my gosh, there is a Jim Jarmusch reference. I'm not going to give it away, but any of you people who are fans of Jim Jarmusch, when you see this, you are going to just love it. The whole theater was cackling. It was great. So y'all see what I'm saying whenever y'all watch it. It is a very, very well written film too. The screenplay is absolutely top notch. Such a quotable screenplay with like memorable dialogue. It's just, this is a film that warmed my heart, guys, and I think it'll warm yours. So I believe it comes out in select theaters in November, so be on the lookout for that whenever it comes out in select theaters. I don't know what's dropping on Mubi, but Mubi is releasing it as a streaming film down the line. So y'all can also look forward to that if y'all get that streaming service to watch it. And then another one I'll be reviewing here soon too is also a movie film. So they're making a name for themselves. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for my review for Fallen Leaves. I don't know why it's called that. Maybe it's because they're both kind of like Fallen Leaves. I don't know, but I thought this film was great. It grabbed me and never let me go. It just completely kept me in its charm. I adored this little rom-com. So that'll be it for this review, guys. Be sure you like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. I will see you all in the next video. And until next time, stay classy, my friends.